I wanted to come on and talk a little bit about what is changing with the Akashic Records and the idea of karma as we've known it throughout time and eternity, at least in our reality, because things are definitely changing. I've worked with the Akashic Records now for 7 years, almost 7 years, and karma has been very consistent in how I interact with them. Typically, I'm working with past lives with people, clearing energy and helping them to sort of energetically make peace with the past, right? Just neutralizing the energy from the past and helping people leave it in the past so that they can move forward and not be held back by their past lives anymore. And that's the core of my work. Now, I took about the last 18 months off of receiving any kind of downloads, or not on purpose necessarily, but I just wasn't getting any new information about what was changing in the Akashic Records. I knew something was changing, I knew something was coming, but I didn't quite know what it was until this year. So at the start of 2021, when I'm recording this video, all this information started to come through to me, and that's why I'm making this video, to let you in on it. And I know there's more to come. This is just the start, so I'll be updating you as I get more information. Now, it's very clear to me so far, and we only just started this year, that the idea of karma as we know it is rapidly changing. So what's happening now, I already explained how we dealt with karma in the past. Now, the Akashic Records obviously still exist, but what's changing is, rather than going into the Akashic Records and kind of making peace with the past and clearing the energy that way, we're actually going to be using the Akashic Records in a totally different way. Now, they've always been the universe's library. This is where we can go and ask any questions, find out whatever information we want to get. You can even go into the Akashic Records to learn something new. I do it all the time. That's completely possible. You can go investigate ideas for your life purpose, or if you're thinking about taking piano classes, you can go and look at your Akashic Records and see if that's going to be a good idea for you, or maybe you have some past lives where you were a pianist, right? It's all possible in the records. But the way we're going to be working with them in the future is changing. So you'll still be able to access them for information. However, and this is the important part, this is really the critical part of, and I know there's more information coming, but for now, this is what's changing. So going forward, you're going to be tapping into the Akashic Records. Like I said, you can still go and get all the information. But rather than us going and clearing energy like we've always done in the past, that's the major difference. We're not going to be doing that anymore. Because this idea of karma and karmic debt, which karmic debt is, think about the word debt, it's something that you owe, right? When we're talking about karmic debt, it's karma that you owe from a previous incarnation. Might not have been on Earth, it might have been on Earth, it might have been somewhere else, right? But it's something that you owe. So you might have done something that was not so good, not so nice in a previous lifetime, and that carries forward with you as a karmic debt. Now, typically what we would have done is work with the Akashic Records to clear the karma from the past so that it no longer holds you forward right now in your current lifetime, right? That kind of thing will hold you down. It will keep you stuck unless you work through it. We're not quite doing that anymore. We're going to use the Akashic Records now to get the information to find out what happened, and you're actually going to make it right in this lifetime. This lifetime. What this will do over time is clear out your Akashic Records. Yeah, you will clear out your Akashic Records for good. So you might be wondering as I'm sharing this, well, what happens if my Akashic Records are totally cleared out? Eventually, if every human being clears out their Akashic Records and makes right their karma of the past and doesn't generate new karma, and that's a video for another day, that's a great big conversation we can have. But if you don't generate any new additional karma and you clear out the karma from the past, eventually, maybe not this generation, maybe not the next generation, maybe not 10 from now, eventually the Akashic Records will actually cease to exist. The only reason that they exist right now is because they track our karma. They are a karma tracking system. Karma is a form of slavery. Period. Your karma keeps you stuck. It doesn't matter if it's good karma, bad karma, whatever. Good karma obviously carries more weight. It's better than bad karma. And I'm using the terms good and bad very lightly, so just take it with a grain of salt. But essentially, this is a slavery system that keeps you stuck. Not the Akashic Records themselves, but the fact that your karma is being tracked and you need to repay it. That is a form of slavery. And so, eventually, honestly, if we're all on the same page, we shouldn't want the Akashic Records to exist. And I love them. I love the Akashic Records. I love that we can go in there and learn something new. I don't love that my karma is being tracked, and you shouldn't either. You shouldn't either. And please don't take this as me trying to tell you what to do. I'm not. I'm trying to offer you a different perspective of looking at this. We need to get consciousness to a place where we don't feel the need to hold each other accountable and track things like this anymore. And I think we're moving to that place rapidly. And that's why this download and this information has started coming to me. And I'm one of the experts in the Akashic Records. I've worked with them, maybe not as long as some other people, but I'm one of the only people that actually rewrites the Akashic Records, helps you rewrite your story in the present moment. I've done that for 7 years. It works. I've seen people completely transform their lives, their health, their money, financial situations, you name it. People that were chronically ill, disease is gone like that. They're healing themselves just by rewriting their karmic story. It's possible. And so the reason I'm finally sharing this is because, number one, that information just came to me. I literally got it in the last week. And number two, I think there's more to come. I think we're going to be talking a lot about what can we do to really wrangle and take hold of our karma and start working through it in the present moment. Doing the right thing in the present moment, karmically making the right decisions. There are right decisions. There will be a lot of spiritual teachers and healers and light workers that tell you, oh, you can't really make a wrong decision. You can make a karmically heavy decision, something that will weigh a lot of karmic debt. You can make a karmically light decision, something that will only generate positive karma for you and others in your life. And in that sense, yes, karma is critical, and yes, you can make right and wrong decisions. And I think it's important to even take that information without judgment, right? That people are doing the best they can in any moment with their level of consciousness, right? It's important to always keep that in mind. And I'm not saying this like, oh, you or I have a higher level of consciousness. That's not at all what I'm saying. I'm saying just be present with your choices and try to make one that is kind, right? I think that's just the phase that we're moving into in the next, I want to say, as I'm looking at the records, I want to say maybe 6 years is going to be a really important time frame. Now, in 6 years from now, we're going to be really moving into this phase of heightened sensitivity, heightened compassion, heightened healing. And they're even telling me rapid healing, like the ability to really step into a place where you can heal your inner child. You can heal things from the past that really kept you stuck. And you can move forward to a place where it feels like things are finally moving forward. Like you're finally leaving the past in the past where it belongs. And I think that's the transition that we're really going to see with the Akashic Records. So this was just a short video just to share the information as I receive it. I'll definitely have more to come. I think it's going to be important as we move forward for you to know your soul tribe. This is If you haven't taken my Soul Tribes quiz, it's extremely, extremely accurate, completely channeled, and the link is down below or somewhere near this video, depending on where you're watching it. Go take the quiz and find out what your soul tribe is. You want to answer the questions as honestly as possible. Just first impulse. When you read the question, what's the first one that makes the most sense for where you are right now? And that will help you identify your soul tribe really accurately. But the reason it's important to know your soul tribe is because you have certain karma. It's those karmic debt I was talking about, right? You have certain karma that's attached with your soul tribe. That can be compared to like your ancestry, right? Like I'm Greek. So we have certain Greek people have a certain history, right? Like collectively Greeks share a certain history, and that's our ancestral history, right? And there's certain karma attached with that. But you also have the karma attached with your soul tribe. Now, my soul tribe is Lemurian Atlantean. I'm a Lemurian Atlantean hybrid, okay? But my original soul tribe is Lemurian. Lemurians also have a certain karma. They also share a collective mission. So the more that you start to learn about your soul tribe, and I have a lot of information out there on this, you really want to dive into your soul tribe info and get to know yourself on that level, that spiritual level, so that you can understand what you need to do to completely and fully heal yourself as you step into the next few years, because light workers are rising up now. I know a lot of people have been saying this, and we've seen kind of a slow burn, especially since 2012, but we really are moving into a place where you're going to see more light on this planet than ever. And because there's so much light, it's going to be eclipsing a lot of the darkness. We're going to be seeing a lot. You think you've seen a lot in 2020. You haven't seen anything yet. There's going to be a lot more darkness. And it's because, keep in mind, there's so much light. There's so much light. And that's a good thing. But you need to be prepared. So these are free resources I'm giving you. Start by learning about your soul tribe. Get into my Soul Tribes group on Facebook. When you take the quiz and you get on the newsletter, it will automatically invite you to that group. So it's super easy. And come in there, start meeting people, post what your soul tribe is, and start getting to know everybody, because this is where you're going to meet people that are on a similar path and similar mission to you. And that's really important as we move forward, because we need to be able to help each other as much as possible. So let me know with a comment down below what you thought about this video, or if you've received any guidance on this. I'd love to hear your comments and kind of see where you're at in this whole process, or even what your soul tribe is. And I will talk to you on the next video. Take care.